Okay, next question. What have you seen that has particularly appealed to you?
All right. Here's the reason.
Well, let me ask you something. Why would at this point they have seen anything that you could then ask them why this appeals to them? I mean,
let me give you a good example. Let's say that they're looking to buy an air conditioning unit for a plant.
All right.
The answer to this will tell me either any predisposition they have as an inclination toward a particular type of air conditioning unit. It will also tell me if they've talked to anyone else, what kind of competition is out there, and also trying to get on the bandwagon to bid on this business. You notice I'm not saying who else have you talked to.
Mm-hmm.
Now what happens is that salesperson has to be able to deduce from that answer, oh, they're talking to Ajax, Beta, and Charlie Jones.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very subtle way of finding things out. So let's say that I'm buying a laptop computer. Ask me this question. What have you seen that's particularly appealed to you?
All right.
Okay? Well, I'll tell you what I like. I like something that's simple and I can do a lot of graphics with. I'm leaning toward probably some kind of a computer that can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Very different from something else. Or how about this one? I saw one that was particularly light. I travel a lot. Ease of carrying is very critical to me. Now I know, okay, so-and-so computers are known as graphics. They're light. He probably or she probably has talked to or looked at this. Now I know what's called the sell against.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah, I do. Okay. Question number 8. What will define a successful outcome for this decision? I like that one.
Yeah. What will define a successful outcome? Let's say you're talking about our business. This is what people will say to us. We slow down turnover. Our sales force is more productive. They sell at higher margins. They have more confidence. Now they're defining the outcomes. That's why they want to buy it. And I don't care what it is you're selling, you got to determine this early. If you can't deliver the outcomes, you need to get out of there because you don't have a prospect. And again, let me go back and say for maybe the 15th time, you can do this before you get there or you can do it when you're there because you don't have a chance to ask beforehand. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to rush yourself in there with somebody you shouldn't be in front of.
And I got the distinct impression that this might be better done before you get there.
Bingo. Because the only inventory you have, again, is what?
Mm-hmm.
Time.
Right.
You know it in your case. Let's say you have to get on an airplane, fly and go see somebody. You walk in there and the guy tells you, well, I'm not really the decision maker and she's out of town for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're blowing a day and a half.
Yeah. I mean, come on. And an
Right.
expensive sales call. That's crazy.
Question number 9. What is the one single thing to avoid in a decision like this? Now, I'm not sure I get this one.
Okay, here's exactly how you phrase it. Rick, let me ask you this. Decisions like this are important. What is the one single thing about this decision or outcome or purchase that you want to avoid? What is it you absolutely do not want to see happen?
I'm absorbing it, and
Yeah.
so you're doing that to find out where not to go as you continue to talk to them.
And later on to emphasize that what he or she is most fearful of will never happen.
Question number 10. You ready for this one?
Well, let me give you a thought here, Rick.
All right.
I can tell you in our business, 30 years later, I've asked this question thousands of times. You know what it is? They don't want to be embarrassed in front of their sales force.
Yeah, I believe that.
So they want it to be successful. And we have one we're working with right now that the person wants everyone to sign off because in that culture, if in fact you stick your neck out and you don't get the buy-in from the managers, you get sniped. So what she's doing is she's making sure that every manager in the company buys off on our plan and our training programs. So now what happens is they then own the decision with them. The biggest thing that she wanted to avoid sticking her neck out and having it blow up. And that had very little to do with what we were selling her. It had to do more with the cultural dynamics of the organization.
And then so how do you deal with that?
We're waiting for her to get the sign off. What we're doing is we're telling her the best thing to do with this department is to tell them this department to do this department to do that. So what we're doing is we're coaching her through the sale. And this is a very, very big piece of business.
And question number 10. Okay. How will you know that you have made the right decision?
Here's what that question is asking. How will you know that you have made the right decision at the end of the day? What will you, when somebody, I've had somebody say to me, I feel good about what's happened and we're going to be able to feel as if we're making progress. It won't be a specific type of thing, it's more of a feel thing. Mm-hmm. So my goal then is to deliver the outcome that they say they want. But if I don't know what their outcome is, how can I deliver it? Can't do it. Won't work.
What about, as we wrap this up, what about the salespeople that are out there who are saying, okay, I ask a lot of questions, but I don't ask these questions. And I basically follow my gut and I follow my instincts. What do you say to people like that who are doing it that way? And they don't have a regular.
I'll say it tongue in cheek. They're idiots, and they don't know it.
That's tongue in cheek.
Yeah. Here's the reason why. Yeah. Without a sales methodology, without something like this that you said so well earlier, that funnels it, you're winging it. And salespeople who wing it don't usually make great incomes. Now, maybe they're in a target-rich environment. Maybe they have a great brand that they can sell. Maybe the economy is strong for what they sell or their part of the country. I'm going to suggest that what these people do is to take these questions. Sales managers, take these questions, give these questions to your salespeople. Train them to ask these questions. Tell them to use it either before the sales presentation or early in the sales presentation to make sure that they're not burning up time, that they're in front of the right person at the right time with the right message.
Great stuff, Bill. Thanks.
Thanks, Rick.
Thanks for joining the Sales Buzz. This has been a Brooks Group production.